Hi everyone! Today's sew-along is for a pair of cute shorts with scalloped hems. These shorts have a zipper at the center back, and I've chosen to add a button at the waistband as well instead of the recommended hook and eye fasteners. I'll show you this process in the video. The pattern is McCalls 6930. There are a few different length and hem options, but I've chosen View B today. I'll leave the link below so you can check it out, grab a copy, and sew it along with me today. Thanks for joining me as we make this cute pair of statement scalloped shorts.
You will need 2 front pieces mirrored, 2 back pieces mirrored, 2 pockets mirrored, 2 side front pockets mirrored, 2 back pockets, 2 front facings mirrored and 2 interfacings mirrored, 2 back facings mirrored and 2 interfacings mirrored, 2 front waistbands mirrored and 1 interfacing, 2 sets of back waistbands mirrored and 2 interfacings mirrored, 1 belt loop strip, 1 7-inch zipper, and 1 1/2-inch button. Let's start by sewing our front darts. I've gone ahead and transferred my darts to the wrong side of my fabric using a tracing wheel and tracing paper, and now I'm ready to pin. Fold your dart in half and poke your pin through one side of the dart leg and out the other. Continue up your dart. Do the same for your other front dart, as well as for the darts on your back pieces. Now that all 4 of my darts are pinned, I'm going to take them to my machine and sew from the outer edge to the point, leaving tails at the end so I can tie it in knots. Now let's add our pockets to our front pieces. Place your pockets right sides together with the pocket edges of each front piece, and pin or clip the pocket edge. Sew your pocket as pinned with a 5/8 inch seam allowance. Once the pockets are sewn, trim your seams by about half. And then we're going to take it back to our machine and understitch both pockets. To understitch, open up the pocket, and we're going to sew the pocket to this seam that we just created. This will help the pocket to lay nice and flat. Stitch with about an 1/8 inch seam allowance from the top opening of the pocket to the bottom opening. And as you see, I've sewn this extra stitch only to the inner seam. Do this for both pockets. Now grab your side front pocket pieces and place them right sides together with your pocket and pin or clip the pocket curves. Now take them to your machine and sew your pockets only together with a 5/8 inch seam allowance. We're not sewing the pocket to the front of the shorts. Once they're sewn together, serge the outer edges of your pockets, and then we're going to baste the top and side edges of our pockets so that the pockets don't move around on us as we move forward. And baste the side and top edges of the pockets to your shorts with the longest stitch on your machine at about a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now let's prepare the 2 back pockets to be attached to the back of the shorts. I've gone ahead and pressed one of my pocket pieces 1/4 inch, and then again by 1 inch. Do this for the tops of both back pockets. Now we're going to fold this top edge of the pocket to the right side and clip along the edges. Do this for both pockets. And take it to your sewing machine and stitch from the top fold of the pocket to the bottom of the fold of the pocket, catching this 1/4 inch fold as you sew. Stitch each folded side by 5/8 inch. Now trim into these corners by half, and then clip these outermost corners, and then turn them right side out. Take it to your ironing board and give that top edge a good press, and continue pressing the other corners of each pocket by 5/8 inch. And now, before we attach these pockets to the back of the shorts, take each pocket to your machine and stitch close to the folded upper edge of each pocket. Now go ahead and grab your 2 back short pieces I've gone ahead and marked with pins the indicators from the pattern piece that show me where to place the top of the pockets. Now I'm going to pin my pockets to my shorts. Edge stitch your pockets to your shorts, leaving the tops free. Now that our pockets are sewn on, let's attach the front to the back. Place your front pieces right sides together with your back pieces. Clip together at the inner seams. Sew these short seams together with a 5/8 inch seam allowance, and then serge each side of the seams separately and press the seams open. Now place your sewn front and back pieces right sides together and pin or clip from the notch indicated on your pattern piece for the back piece, all around the crotch curve and up the curve of the front piece. Then we're going to do 2 sets of stitching here. We're going to first stitch as pinned with a 5/8 inch seam allowance, and then on the pattern piece you'll see extra notches indicating a second row of stitching, a 1/4 inch away from your initial set to reinforce the innermost part of the crotch seam. Now on the back portion of our pants, we're going to baste together this section that we previously left open from the top of the back of the pants to the notch. We will remove these stitches after we install the zipper. I've gone ahead and basted this back portion together with a 5/8 inch seam allowance. And now I'll take it to my ironing board and press this open to prepare for the zipper installation. Now that I've pressed this seam open, I'm going to lay the front of my zipper centered on top of that seam. The very top of my zipper flush with the top of the pants. Pin through all thicknesses. Now that it's pinned, take it to your machine and with a zipper foot, sew close to the teeth on both sides as well as across the bottom edge of your zipper. I've sewn close to the zipper teeth on both sides and along the bottom, and now I can take out my basting stitches on the front side. And we're done with the zipper. Now with your front and back short pieces right sides together, clip your side seams. Sew your side seams with a 5/8 inch seam allowance and serge. To prepare my belt loops, I'm going to take my long strip to the ironing board, press it in half the long way, and then press each raw edge to the inside to meet that crease on both sides. Once it's been pressed in half and then the outer edges pressed toward the crease, you can fold it all in half again and clip this open side. Now take it to your sewing machine and edge stitch along the side that you've pinned as well as along the opposite side. Now that my long strip is edge stitched on both sides, I'm going to cut each belt loop to measure 3.5 inches. Extra length is added to the belt loop strip, but you should end up with 4 3.5 inch belt loops. Now clip your belt loops to your shorts, matching them with the marks indicated on your pattern piece. And then baste each belt loop in place. For the back waistband, we cut 4 pieces in fabric and 2 pieces in interfacing. And now we're going to crop 2 of the fabric pieces and 1 of the interfacing pieces according to the line provided on our pattern piece. So I'm going to fold back this line indicator and use it to trim that piece. And I'm going to do the same for my interfacing. Now I'm going to take my facings to my ironing board and fuse 1 interfacing to the cropped piece and 1 interfacing to one of the full-length pieces, as well as fusing interfacing to one of my front waistband pieces. Now that these pieces are interfaced, I'm going to put them right sides together and match the notches. Now that they're right sides together, clip your side seams, sew with a 5/8 inch seam allowance and press the seams open. Then place your waistband right sides together with your shorts, matching your center front seam and your side seams, and match the notches indicated for the back opening, as there will be different overlaps for each side. Then continue pinning all the way around. Now sew as pinned with a 5/8 inch seam allowance. Once it's sewn, Trim your seams by about half. Now place your remaining waistband pieces right sides together and clip again at the short seams. Remember to match your notches. Make sure that you've attached the correct right and left back side. Sew with a 5/8 inch seam allowance and press open. Now that it's sewn, take it to your ironing board and press the bottom curved edge all the way around at a 3/8 inch seam allowance. And once we've pressed that bottom edge by 3/8 of an inch, we can add it to our existing waistband. Place it right sides together with the waistband that's attached to your shorts, matching center fronts, side seams, and your back waistbands. Now take it to your sewing machine and sew all along the upper edge of your waistband by 5/8 of an inch, as well as the sides of your waistband by 5/8 of an inch as well. Now that our waistbands are sewn together, clip those back corners and trim your seams. And then turn your waistband right side out. And give the waistband a good press. Now working from the outside of the shorts, pin all around the waistband inside of that outer seam so that you're also catching the inner waistband. Do this all across your waistband, front and back. Once it's all pinned, take it to your machine and stitch in the ditch of the outer existing seam, making sure to catch the inner waistband as you sew. Now we're going to finish attaching our belt loops to the top of the waistband. You're going to find that the belt loops are a little bit longer than they need to be. You can trim each belt loop by about 1/2 inch, and then fold that portion that remains above the waistband about 1/4 inch, so that once folded, it's flush with the top of your pants, and pin. Do this for each belt loop. And now once they're attached, take them to your machine and edge stitch each belt loop in place. The pattern calls for a hook and eye to be attached to the back waistband for this upper closure, but I prefer to put a button. So I'm going to go ahead and sew a vertical button loop about 5/8 away from the edge, centered in this waistband area. And then I'll sew my button to the other side. I made my buttonhole and opened it up so I can make a mark where I want my button to go. And now I'll sew my button to the back left waistband. Now the last step in the construction of these shorts is the scalloped hems. Go to your ironing board and apply your facings to your back and front scalloped facing sections. Now that I've applied interfacing to the wrong sides of my back and front scalloped facing sections, I'm going to place the front facings and back facings right sides together and clip the ends. So you'll have one front facing on top of each back facing. Sew these side seams together at a 5/8 inch seam allowance, and then serge all along the upper edges of each scalloped facing piece. Now that I've sewn these facings together and serged all along the upper edges, it's time to attach them to our shorts. Place each facing right sides together with your shorts, matching the seams and notches, and pin all the way around. Now that I've pinned my scalloped facings all along the bottoms of both legs, I'm going to take it to my machine and stitch along these scalloped markings that I transferred from my pattern pieces. I've sewn all the way around the bottom of both of my shorts, following my scalloped stitching lines, and now I'm going to clip to but not through the stitching of each of these peaks. Do this all the way around both shorts. Now that we've clipped into all of the peaks, go back around the shorts again, trimming your seams. I'm trimming to about 1/4 inch. Now that all my scallops are trimmed, turn both of these right side out. And give it a really good press all the way around. Now that all of my scallops are pressed, I'm going to sew the inside facing to the shorts, edge stitching all the way around both legs. Once you've edge stitched the inner facing of your scallops all the way around, you're all done with your shorts.
Thank you for watching this sew along. Make sure you subscribe for more videos and sewing inspiration. I'll see you next time.